Good morning, everybody. So I wanted to come on and see what messages wanted to come through today. I don't really have anything specific right now. My specialty is the love department, so I'm sure that's what it will be about as far as in general terms. Balancing that divine masculine and feminine energy within and seeing the results of that outside, or the projection of that balance in our life experience. Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, so I feel like that's the overall energy of what is going to be coming through today. So I'm going to do a little bit different. I just want to give it a good shuffle, and then this Two of Cups is like it's really wanting to make itself known. So partnership, I'm drawn to the masculine in this card is reaching out. There we go. Is reaching out to the feminine. So if you were wondering if you should reach out, or if you should, or if they're going to reach out, I feel like the message today is give it time. Give them some time and some space, and they'll be reaching out to you. All right, now let's go ahead and use a good shuffle. Do we want to? Yeah, okay. All right, so we get the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Chariot. I'm going to grab clarifiers for each of those. We have the High Priestess with the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune for the Nine of Swords, and then the Ten of Wands. So this to me is talking about somebody who is feeling pretty stressed out. They're feeling pretty stressed out about what's coming into their life, like what they know is coming into their life with this Wheel of Fortune. This person can feel the tide turning, is what I'm hearing. It's turning and it's stressing them out, and which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because change is uncomfortable. The unfamiliar, the unknown. I think I read something the other day that said that feeling the unknown, or going into the unknown, feels uncomfortable, not because you shouldn't go in that direction, but because it's unfamiliar. That's why it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. And I feel like there's a discernment that's being learned here about that feeling of, is this uncomfortableness that I'm feeling, is that because I shouldn't go in that direction, or is it because that's not right for me, or is it because it's unfamiliar and I'm scared of the unknown? And I think that this person is learning, because they are going within. They are tuning into their intuition with this High Priestess here, clarifying the Ten of Swords. So they are going in with their intuition and really discerning what's right for them. And with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, that just speaks to, and the Wheel of Fortune together, it's like all that energy of all the burden, all the heartache, all the stress, all of the, like, there's a lot of things coming to end for this person, coming to an end. A lot of energy that was negative and dense and heavy, and just seems like they've been trudging through the mud for so long, is they're moving through that. They're moving past that now. And so, you know, this is all a process, and how that shows up in your own connection is going to be individual. But just know that these energies are affecting everyone. I mean, you may have seen this in your own life in ways that, you know, where things were once heavy, they're no longer heavy. Or if they're still currently heavy, it's like there's a moving through that and an understanding that it's turning around. All right, so let's get a few more cards here for a further message. This might be a quick video. I feel like this is just kind of letting us know that this energy is moving through your divine masculine. And that's your inner and outer divine masculine. Anytime I talk about the divine masculine, it's like, yeah, it is a person, but it's also like that person is a projection of our own inner energies, So always keep that in mind when we're talking about the divine masculine or divine feminine. And I'm also getting this Nine of Swords is also, I feel like that's also coming from the divine feminine energy of like sleepless nights, you know, worried about this connection also. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is coming in with this message of, can you trust the connection? Can you trust that it's going to go in the direction it's supposed to? And that will, I mentioned this earlier to somebody, that will calm your anxiety if you can really deepen your trust in what you know, in what you really, really know in your heart of hearts. And only you can really know what's there. So, okay, let's get a few more cards. Ah, not 12, just a few. Just a few, please. Tell me about this Ten of Swords. What kind of energy is the divine masculine moving through at this time? I'm hearing this, you know, looking at this image of this Ten of Swords, I'm hearing stick a fork in me, I'm done. But it almost sounds like like I can't do it anymore. Like what I've been doing, I cannot do anymore. It's just not working for me. And there's just a tiredness coming from the divine masculine as well, of what I've been doing I can no longer do because it's just not working for me. And there's just kind of I want to be done with that. It's not even I want to be done with that, it's I am done with that. And with that, with the Ten of Swords, we're getting the King and Knight of Swords. So a lot of mental energy here, a lot of decisions, a lot of, you know, this Knight comes with a message. He comes quickly with a message. He knows what he wants to say, and he is delivering the messages of the King. And so for them both to show up here, I feel like this masculine has made some decisions. And, you know, it's not just, it's, you know, anytime you make any decision in a new direction, it still is going to cause some stress. It's not like, oh, everything is going to go great. Like, you're still going to worry about that. That's just human nature to have anxiety about going in a new direction, wondering if it's right for you, wondering if you're doing the right thing. But with this energy of feeling like I want to move forward, I want to stop doing what I'm doing. I can't do, it's not even I want to stop. I can't do what I've been doing anymore. If I want to see changes in my life, I have to be different. And so even though that's causing them some anxiety, just thinking about how different and what that actually means, they've still made a decision to come forward and change their direction from what they've been. You know, and they're sitting in that King of Swords energy who knows, who's very clear on this is what I want, and this is what I don't want. And there's no cloudiness there. There's no, it's clarity. Clarity is what I want to say. So give me some cards on this Chariot to kind of give me the energy that he's moving into. Man, I tell you, this is powerful shit that's going on right now. Whoever's watching, probably a bunch of ladies. But this is powerful shit that's going on. This is what I'm getting. So when I ask, you know, what is he moving towards? And I get the Lovers. And this isn't, you know, we had the Two of Cups already at the bottom of the deck of this partnership. And, but to have the Lovers coming over the Chariot, to clarify the Chariot, I don't know. I've been pulling cards for a while around my own connection, around the collective twin flame connections, or divine counterpart connections. And I mean, how many times have I pulled the Lovers? Like, next to never, especially with the Knight of Swords going towards the Lovers with the Chariot. It's like there's a lot of forward movement towards this energy. This is divinely guided. This connection is divinely guided. And you can trust in that. You can rest in that divinity. And if you're feeling tired, you can rest. You can rest. But you have to trust what this is. You have to know what this is. And when you are able to do that, the rest comes easy. Resting comes easy because it's just like, there is nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it, but let it unfold as it will. You keep holding the vision because that's what the divine feminine energy does. She holds the vision and the masculine makes it come to fruition. And that's, these cards are like, just reiterating what I'm saying. So the Chariot with the Lovers, this is fast movement forward in the direction of a divinely guided coming together. These two people are naked. They're standing in front of each other, completely vulnerable, being seen by one another, with their arms open. Yeah, it's just, there's a balance that's occurring. I mean, all of these things that we've all talked about and all wanted for so long. I mean, yeah, they keep coming and people keep coming into union as time goes on, but I feel like this right now is a time for massive amounts of people to come in to get to union with their person. And honestly, when you talk about coming into union, it's like, what does that even mean? You know, there are some twin flames who are living together and, you know, are sharing a life, but they're still like working out the kinks and you know, it's not all, everything's rosy, you know, it's like there's still things that are needing to be worked through. And then there's people who maybe have been in, you know, the illusion of separation for quite some time, but it's like, really, you're always working together. One of my favorite things that I ever heard about, you know, the twin flame journey, it was a simple, perfect analogy. And it was like, it's like when two people go into the store, they're like, we're going to make a sandwich. And so two people go to the store together. And what happens when they get to the store, it's like, you go get bread, I'll go get the meat and cheese, and we'll meet back up so we can get this done faster. Whereas if they went together to go get the meat and cheese, then they'd have to go all the way to the other side of the store to get the bread. But it's like if they split up and each do their part, then they can go home and make that sandwich a lot faster. And so it's like, don't be discouraged by this time of seemingly separation. They're just getting the bread and you've just been getting the cheese. That's what's happening. And you're going to come together and make the sandwich. That was the whole point of coming together. If you've met your counterpart and you in this dimension and you've met them and you know in your heart of hearts that that's who that is, you came here to make a sandwich together. Like, to put it so simply, it's like, that was the idea. That was the whole point. You're like, we're going to make a sandwich, but you're going to do this. I'm going to do that part so we can get to the sandwich part faster. And that's what's happening. So if you're feeling discouraged by the separation, That's an illusion. It's not, you're not separate. You're just doing different things together. You're still together. You can't separate that. You know, like, what does that scripture in the Bible say, that what God has put together, let no man put apart? You know, it's like, can't, whatever is formed in the higher dimensions, you can't take that apart on a physical level. It just, I mean, it may appear so, but it just isn't. So anyways, my little tangent on the illusion of separation. It is that. It is an illusion. So anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to see, I mean, I feel pretty good about this little reading, this little check-in of just, you know, reminding us that it is going in this direction. It is going in this direction. This connection is going in this direction. That was the point of it, coming here, and can't outwit destiny, you know? I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. I haven't really dived into it that deeply, but I feel like on a soul level, if you've made an agreement to do something, you're going to fulfill that agreement. So, and I, you know, and I am getting that the masculines have tuned into that, you know, and it takes longer for that the masculine energy is more dense. It is slower. It is, you know, it's more structure and form. And so these kinds of energies, these kinds of connections, it does take a little bit longer for them to really understand it. And, but I'm feeling like they're coming into that understanding. They are coming into that understanding. I'm going to grab a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh. Just for one final message for those of you watching. Okay. Wisdom of the Oracle. I wasn't quite ready. So let's grab one more. See if that card comes out again. It was round and round, which is kind of speaks to the cycles that we're going through, always coming together, separation. You have a message for those watching. I just want one card, not 6. I thought this is the one. This one right here. Co-create. Co-create. Just look at that card for a minute. Any messages that you intuitively receive are meant for you at this time when you look at this image. But what I'm getting today is we have a cheetah on top of a building and an owl on a wire. These are two different worlds. And the cheetah is really out of its element. It's like coming up. I feel like, you know, in context of what we're talking about, I feel like this owl is like in its element. It's on this wire. It's bird on the wire. And that's the divine feminine. And the masculine is coming up to meet her in an unfamiliar place, uncomfortable, you know, going through challenges to get to this top of this building so that they can come together and create something new. This egg, that's something new being born. So I think that's a really beautiful message because, and then we have, you know, it's the number 40. So the number 4 is all about foundations and being laid and coming together. So if you feel like you and your divine masculine are in 2 different worlds, or if your divine masculine feels like you two are in different worlds, like that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like this connection probably doesn't look good on paper, you know? It's not like if you were to write it down, like this is who he is and this is who I am, people would be like, that doesn't seem like that's going to work. But this connection is stronger than that. It's more than that. And if we were all looking for something good that looks good on paper, well, we would have settled for somebody a long time ago, right? So yeah, co-create. That's what I was saying. You're making a sandwich together. You are shopping for the ingredients now. Right now, you're shopping for the ingredients to make your sandwich, to co-create. your foundation together. So don't be disheartened by that, and just trust that. Trust that they're going to get what they went to go get, and you're going to get what you went to get, and you're going to do the thing that you came here to do together. But you have to trust that. You have to have faith. Like, that's essential. You have to have faith. Otherwise, you'll tire out and give up before it's time. So, yeah, that's my message. I'll see you. I'll be back in a couple of days and see what wants to come through, because these messages are just, they're filling me up, and I feel like the energies right now are ripe. They're ripe for harvesting the things that we wanted. And it's not just union with our counterpart. It's all the things. Like, it's ripe for all of that. But we have to keep the faith. So, all right. I hope that helps you. And I'll see you soon.